Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be doing a deep dive on Digital stock, or ticker symbol BTBT. In the wake of the impressive little rally that Bitcoin's seen over the past couple of weeks, it's no surprise that Bitcoin and mining stocks are seeing some exciting price action as well. And the one name that has been outperforming the rest of the sector, even the OGs like Riot and Mara, is of course BTBT. You guys, this stock has seen over 165% rally over the course of just the past week or so, which is some insane price action considering we're coming out of a pretty elongated corrective period. This stock has seen an insane correction, over 85%. I believe we will dive into the charts more, but of course, with all of this green, does bring a lot of attention, does bring a lot of eyeballs. So I figured it would be an appropriate time to give you guys my personal opinion on this stock from both a fundamental and technical perspective. All right, so let's get into it. As always, we'll quickly go over the topics we'll be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, you guys know the drill is TradingView, where once again we will talk technicals and price targets on BTBT today from a short, medium, and longer term perspective. Okay, so a few different time horizons for BTBT today, and we will not only be taking a look at BTBT, of course, because Digital is a Bitcoin mining stock. We can't not look at Bitcoin in this analysis. Also, we'll give you guys a few scenarios I see playing out for Bitcoin from more a short and medium term perspective, because of course the price action and general direction of Bitcoin will definitely have an impact to some extent on Digital. Okay, so we will be taking a look at Digital first, spending the majority of our time on BTBT today, and then at the very end of the video, we will take a look at Bitcoin and kind of wrap the video up, giving you guys my general thoughts on Bitcoin right now from a technical perspective. All right, so that is the charts, that's the technicals, but we do have a lot of fundamentals to cover. You guys know with these solo analysis videos, we have to take a look at Digital's website, and I will say, of all the Bitcoin mining websites, even what I'm doing right now, you guys see how I'm moving my cursor around the back, and these cool little constellation patterns are going with my cursor. It's interactive. This website is sick. And you guys know that I don't only appreciate a good website because it shows care for your product, it shows competency, but brand is more important than it's ever been, and this website is absolutely sick. So of course we will read over the homepage. Not going to go super deep on the website today, but what I do really like about Digital from a fundamental perspective and from an optics perspective is the fact that they put so much of a focus on green practice. Okay, so or eco-friendly as it gets, at least Bitcoin mining. Okay, which again, from an optics perspective, from a brand perspective, is very, very important, especially at this point in time. Okay, so we'll take a look at their website. We will go over this recent article by Bitcoin.com released on July 15, 2021, titled "Financial Reports Show Digital is Transferring 14,500 Bitcoin Miners from China to the US." So a lot of you know, we've been covering this a lot lately, the fact that China pretty much wiped out their entire Bitcoin mining operations. And again, all of these Chinese Bitcoin miners need a new home, and I'm glad to see that Digital is eating up some of these Bitcoin miners once again looking for a home. Okay, so we will read over this article. This is I have to imagine, and it is objectively bullish. Definitely in my opinion, this is bullish, but I would say this is pretty objectively bullish. So I do want to read over this with you guys as well, just to reinforce that fundamental bull argument once again for BTBT. We will then take a look briefly at their financials, because BTBT, the more I looked at this, the more I was like, their financials look kind of good. It's not super specific, but we will take a very quick look at the financials. I'm not going to act like I'm a financial wizard. I'm the greatest at reading these, but I do have a few metrics that I personally like to look at just to gauge general sentiment on companies from a financial perspective. So we'll take a look at this quickly. We will then go to Robinhood just to, if it loads. So we will go to Robinhood and take a quick look at Digital. The only reason I want to go on Robinhood right here is to scroll down to the earnings and stuff. Market cap $500 million, really catching up quick to the bigger dogs. But we will take a look at earnings, and I pretty much just want to talk to you guys about the earnings call that's coming up at the end of this week. Okay, so August 5th, I believe that's what, Thursday? So Thursday pre-market. At the time of recording, I'm recording this on August 2nd. It's a big day. So just a few days from now, they will announce earnings. That's going to be very exciting. Sometimes Robinhood is a little off with these earning dates, but granted, they're correct with this one, then you guys stay on your toes, keep your eyes peeled, especially if you're trading Digital. If you're interested, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to that earnings call. All right, so that is going to be the video today. Again, we will kick it off with the fundamentals. You guys know we always kick it off with the fundamentals prior to diving into the technicals. So we'll read it. We'll take a look at the site again, read over this quick article, take a quick look at the financials, and then dive into the charts and take a look at BTBT, and BTC as well to close out the video. All right. Before we do get into it, I will, as always, ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today. Or if you're trading Bit Digital, if you're invested in Bit Digital, if you're excited about the future of Bit Digital like I am personally, subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here or want to catch more content like this, always covering crypto. Crypto is waking back up. The dragon is waking back up. So it's exciting to cover BTC, ETH. I love to see that ETH, you guys know we've been talking a lot about how I personally think, and I know a lot of you do as well, that ETH was going to outperform Bitcoin on this bounce back up, which we're seeing happen. Very exciting seeing that play out. And of course, we will be covering other miners like Riot Mart too. Again, the Waves fam OGs. So subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, want to catch more content like this. And of course, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. That's going to be the first link down in the description. 15 bucks a month, or I guess 40 bucks for every 3 months. That's up to you, to each their own. But this is a complete breakdown of my entire personal portfolio. So all of my call options, all put options, all stock positions, all cryptocurrency positions, of course, that I do update every single trading day during market hours. And along with every update, I also send out a comprehensive email newsletter explaining my thoughts, rationalizing my trades, letting you guys know why I'm trading the way I'm trading, as well as just throwing a few charts in there. Whatever I feel is important to share with you guys at the time of, again, actual market hours, I will include in the newsletter as well. Okay, so means a lot. Really means a lot because I do put a lot of work into this. This comprises the majority of my day. If you guys check this out, again, 15 bucks a month or 40 bucks for every 3 months, completely up to you. But again, first link down below means a lot if you check it out. If not though, I appreciate you giving me your eyeballs and your time right now, because time is the most valuable asset you have on the planet. Okay, so excuse me. Again, we will cover Bit Digital and Bitcoin on the charts to close out the video, but let's kick it off by taking a look at their website. This is sick. Like I could just chill here and do this, but I'm definitely not gonna. Okay, so Bit Digital, love that color too. It's like the waves, that waves teal color, that OG Robinhood color. Let me know down in the comments below. As always, you guys, let me know in the comments down below whatever you want to talk about. But if you remember, if you were on Robinhood when they had that color, that's why this is probably one of my favorite colors in the game, and why I actually made this. You can't really see it well, but in the Waves logo, it has a glow to it, and it's this exact color. It's like I sampled it from Robinhood, okay? So anyway, one of the world's largest publicly listed Bitcoin mining companies, Bit Digital, is a sustainability-focused generator of digital assets with large-scale global mining operations, representing a currently owned maximum hash rate of 1,920 PHS. I know that's hashes per second. I'm not sure what P is, if I'm being completely honest. So, global, with headquarters in New York, our Bitcoin mining operations span 2 continents and represent one of the largest operating fleets of any U.S.-listed Bitcoin miner. Sustainable, again, you guys, this is huge. They're focused on green energy from an optics and just fundamental perspective. I appreciate this. You guys know at this moment in time, green energy consumes a lot of my portfolio. I'm very big on green energy, very big on sustainable energy at this moment. So this makes me like BTBT from both a fundamental and optics perspective and just humanitarian perspective that much more, all right? So we are committed to continually enhancing the sustainability of our operations and the larger Bitcoin network, with the majority of our miners running on carbon-free power. Lastly, capital-efficient power. We secure power through strategic partnerships with specialized hosting center operators, keeping our infrastructure expenditure low and making efficient use of our capital. Okay, moving on. Bitcoin mining, our dedicated mining operations house one of the largest currently owned and operating Bitcoin mining fleets in the world. Hash rate of 1,920 PHS, the maximum processing capacity of our miners, which that is. Number of miners, they have 32,500 miners. And again, allegedly, got some Chinese miners looking for a home on the way as well. So hopefully this will be closer to 50K the next time we cover this, okay? Bitcoin's mined. They've mined over 3,000 Bitcoin, the total number of Bitcoin earned since our inception, which is, of course, you guys can do the math there. I'm not going to do it right now, but just do that math in your head and you can figure out how much they've made in Bitcoin so far. So moving on, those are a few of their mining locations right here. I'm assume where the majority of their rigs obviously are dispersed. I'm not sure where their primary one is, but I do like how they have multiple locations, diversifying the portfolio from a geographic perspective as well. Closing it out, of course, you guys, always look at the news. I really like the consistency of news. So we're seeing July 23rd, July 23rd, July 26th, 27th. Those are 4 articles in the span of like 4 days. Okay, so I love to see that. I love consistency of news. Again, it just keeps your investors, keeps your followers engaged, updated, and it holds you accountable, along with obviously making fundamental progress as well. Okay, so I'm not going to look through those right now. As always, you guys, go do your own research, do your own due diligence, take a look at the charts for yourself. I'm not saying whether or not this is worth investing in. I will say, for full transparency, I am invested in Bit Digital. I actually caught this one pretty good right before it popped, so that felt good as well. But always your own research, you guys, okay? So investors investing in the future of Bitcoin mining, the digital economy. Again, always look at the financial stock information, corporate governance. Bitcoin mining with straining energy. Some Bitcoin mining companies are claiming to be going green, with energy consumption at the forefront of the crypto community. Bloomberg looks at how Bit Digital is using stranded energy to hit the goals of the Crypto Climate Accord. Again, not going to go over all of this, but again, they're focused on green energy. The beauty of their website are two things that make me very, very fundamentally bullish on Bit Digital once again. Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. Again, financial report shows Bit Digital is transferring 14,500 Bitcoin miners from China to the good old US of A. Following the Bitcoin mining crackdown in China, the NASDAQ, these are the only paragraphs we're going to read, okay, you guys, nothing past this. Following the Bitcoin mining crackdown in China, again, we followed that for a while, the NASDAQ-listed firm Bit Digital published a second quarter Bitcoin production and mining operations update, noted the company is moving 14,500 Bitcoin miners from China to the United States. Bit Digital says after the Chinese government's decision to ban Bitcoin mining, the company accelerated its migration strategy to North America. Bit Digital publishes unaudited report. On July 13th, the company Bit Digital, or BTBT, revealed that it was migrating 14,500 Bitcoin miners to the U.S. after China's crackdown. The migration information stems from its unaudited report, which explains the firm's Bitcoin production and mining operations during Q2 of 2021. As of June 30th, Bit Digital reported that it owns approximately 32,500 miners, which produce roughly 1.92 exahashes per second of hash power. Bit Digital emphasized that during the first quarter, the company participated in fleet repositioning and sold specific older mining rig models and made opportunities to buy newer machines. So, again, you guys, they're operating the fleet. The more miners, this is just straight up, just straight operations 101. The more miners you have, the more Bitcoin you can mine, the more hash power you ultimately have. Okay, so this is good. Again, the more miners you have, the better. And I'm glad to hear that Bit Digital, at least at this point, allegedly, I have no reason to disbelieve that this is true, is acquiring another 14,500 miners. Again, bringing their total miners to roughly 50,000, considering they have, like 32,500 right now. Okay, so that is BTBT. Let's take a quick look at their financials. Again, not going to go crazy here, but just in 2020, in their last report, we are an annual right here. Sales or revenue growth year over year went up 360%. Okay, so 3x in revenue growth. Now, I do believe they are still unprofitable. Maybe aside from the last quarter, if we go to Robinhood, this one claims that they were very profitable. Again, they went from unprofitability to an earnings per share of about 75% last quarter. Okay, so these are a little off, you guys, but I do like EBITDA as well. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. That's pretty much overall revenue right there. Pretty much just everything, again, before all the other weird little acronyms there. That's a tough one, you guys, but it's good to know EBITDA. And I like to see that's plus 4.45 million year over year, okay? So these are very impressive year over year growth metrics. It will be, once again, very interesting to see what happens in their next earnings report. Again, allegedly on August 5th. It's already August, you guys. Happy August. But August 5th, a few days from now, once again, at the time of recording. So you guys keep an eye out for that, because that will definitely make an impact on Bit Digital. Now, giving you guys my take on what their earnings call might comprise of. I do think that forward-looking statements and guidance will be promising. But because Bitcoin has seen, obviously, some pretty significant depreciation in the second quarter of 2020. It's bouncing back now, but you guys know that we have gone through, once again, a very, very extended corrective period. I can't imagine their upcoming earnings report is going to be as impressive as their last one, but I do believe that their forward-looking statements, once again, and their guidance will be fairly impressive. So I know I'll be staying tuned to that. That will definitely affect my opinion as far as the short term is concerned. But that aside, let's talk technicals, okay? So again, this earnings call, if it's good, will be good for the stock. And pretty much I'm gonna take, I have right now, when I'm going to talk to you guys about the technicals, I have my optimistic, an optimistic lens that I'm going to be speaking through, okay? But keep in mind, you guys, if their earnings are pretty disappointing, then it would not be surprising at all to see this stock see a significant pullback. And again, I'll just talk to you guys about the upside and downside potential that I see for Bit Digital. Kicking it off with the short term, so we're currently on the 4-hour charts. Bit Digital, again, it's crazy, you guys. From the peak that we just saw earlier today, Bit Digital did reach its high over the course of the short-term rally earlier today at about $11.25. Again, from its low back here, it was at $4 just on July 23rd, just over a week ago. It was at $4. Currently, again, got to a high of $11.25, 165% increase, over a 2x in price, almost getting to a 3x, which is insane. But again, Bit Digital, very, very exciting price action. The volume here we're seeing is insane, which I love to see. The volume that we're currently seeing in Bit Digital is even greater than the volume that we saw back in January of this year, or in December, January of 2020, January of 2021, obviously, even greater. The volume that we're seeing now is significantly greater at that than the volume that we saw at Bit Digital's peak, which was about $32, $33 in, once again, January of this year. Saw a crazy rally, corrected, saw another bounce back up, one of the most impressive dead cat bounces ever. But since then, obviously, Bit Digital has been in an extreme downtrend. Currently, from the low of $4 that we just saw, again, over a week ago, we saw over an 87% correction, almost 88% correction from top to bottom. Again, the bottom just being in a week or so ago. So this thing has seen almost a 90% correction. That is a staggering correction. It's not surprising, especially considering the market cap is smaller. Again, their market cap is currently sitting just above $500 million. Riot and Mara are both currently floating around, I believe, a $3 billion valuation. So about 6x the size of Bit Digital in terms of market cap, which does make Bit Digital, from, again, just a long-term perspective, that much more appealing at these current levels, because if Bit Digital can catch up as far as hash power, as far as Bitcoin mining capabilities with Riot and Mara, and again, they're moving towards green energy, from a long-term perspective, it would not be surprising at all to see Bit Digital with a market cap comparable to Riot and Mara. And even if you're comparing it to current market cap, that's still like a 6x potential from here. Okay, so 6x obviously with the $10 share price is like a $60 price target if Bit Digital were to catch up with Riot and Mara. But again, they will need to prove themselves over time. That's not just going to happen like that. Okay. So regardless, I do still kind of like the look of Bit Digital right now. I mean, this is very bullish, and not just the volume, but the fact that we're seeing such an impressive short-term rally. High, low, higher, low. Love to see that classic series of higher highs and higher lows. If I'm talking very short-term, again, you guys, if you watch this video a few days later, this might be irrelevant. But for those of you who are watching right off the bat, I do think short-term Bit Digital, because Bitcoin is looking a little weird right now, I do think Bitcoin will likely see some short-term downside ahead prior to maybe, hopefully, resuming the overall uptrend. But I will say that I do think Bit Digital will see a pullback. I think in the short term, we'll see Bit Digital pullback, set a higher low on this current uptrend, just because that's what makes sense. That higher low, I'm expecting to come in at about $8.80 short term. I'd personally be a buyer of Bit Digital at about $8.80, just to once again come over to this area that did act as a ceiling for Bit Digital over the past few days, over the past few trading sessions, I should say. Set a higher low on the current uptrend before moving up, and then my first short-term price target for Bit Digital is going to be at about $12. Okay, so zooming out, the reason that this is my price target is, again, you guys, just when you're gauging potential ceilings and floors, you just have to look for historical areas that have acted as support and resistance, ceilings and floors in the past. Okay, so Bit Digital, just drawing this line right here, you see ceiling, floor, kind of ceiling right here. So again, you guys, this is not completely accurate, just using historical data, just using general levels, just rule of thumb, just eyeballing it. $12, also somewhat of a psychological even, you could say. So my first short to medium term price target for Bit Digital will be $12. Again, that's granted Bitcoin. Even if Bitcoin continues to go sideways, maybe even a little down, it would not surprise me for Bit Digital to come up to $12. But if Bitcoin does see more downside, I think we will definitely peak out at $12, at least as far as the short term is concerned for now. Okay. So, and again, very dependent on earnings as well. But my next price target, and I guess we're not talking long-term, but more medium-term, maybe over the course of the coming week, maybe over the month of August, I'll say, just 30-day time frame. This would take us to, just go September right here. So, again, Bit Digital, considering it's gone up so much, it would not be surprising to see this happen sooner. If Bitcoin starts ripping, would not surprise me at all to see this happen a lot sooner, like mid-August or something. But Bit Digital would not surprise me either to come up to about the $17 mark. And the reason for that, again, the same principles apply to what the same thing I just said applies to this, just historical area that has acted as a ceiling for Bit Digital in the past, like ceiling, floor, ceiling. Again, just spending a lot of time around the $17 region. Would not surprise me at all once Bit Digital breaks out of $12, because there's not much happening in this area. Like, obviously a lot of volatility, but if we can get into this range, it would not surprise me at all. Again, if Bitcoin does perform, to see Bit Digital get up to about $17. Okay, so as far as long-term price targets, again, considering Bit Digital, maybe we see what's a $3 billion market cap for Bit Digital, which once again would be about a 6x from here. 6x, 6 times 10, general math. I guess because it's almost 11. 6x times 10 is just about $60, okay, or $65, whatever. All right. So maybe one day we do see a $65 Bit Digital. Again, Riot, Mara, seen crazier things happen there in the past, so it would not surprise me at all. Again, granted, Bitcoin performs. If Bitcoin sees 100K, at any point in time. I think when Bitcoin sees 100K, there is no reason to not believe that Bit Digital could see a 6x from here, maybe even $100. Okay, so Bit Digital, very, very promising from a long-term perspective right now. Again, the short term might be a little more volatile, but that's to be expected with this kind of volume, this many eyeballs, this many traders involved with the stock, and the general somewhat uncertainty with Bitcoin, at least as far as the short term is concerned. Okay, so let's close this out with Bitcoin, and then we'll call it a day. So Bitcoin right now, again, this red line of resistance, very, very significant line of resistance. Bitcoin did technically get a little closure above that, but you guys know with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is not only the king of the crypto markets, it's the king of fake outs as well. Bull traps, bear traps, goes both ways. So Bitcoin did not close the daily above this line of resistance, which will be kind of my tell in terms of whether or not we're going to resume this rally. Right now, Bitcoin does definitely, just looking at this, looks like it wants to go down. Send this out in the newsletter today. This is kind of my price target for Bitcoin. I do think short term Bitcoin will come down. I think it's likely that Bitcoin comes down. We're seeing a decrease in volume, seeing volume come back on the rally, but in the short term, over the past few days, we have seen volume decline since the test of this resistance. So again, this is a very significant line of resistance, you guys. All traders on the planet are going to be looking at this. A lot of eyeballs on that resistance. Again, very strong resistance coming, beginning the downtrend, I should say, beginning in mid-April when Bitcoin reached all-time high of about 65K, creating this very strong line of resistance. This will, as it's proving right now, be difficult to get through. So for now, I do think Bitcoin will come down in the short term to retest the initial high prior to really going parabolic here on July 25th. This would take us down to about $35,000, like 34.6. I'll just say conservative price target on the downside short term for Bitcoin is going to be about 35K. And then at this point in time, to break resistance, to get long-term bullish, and I'm pretty much just going to say that and close out the video on this, for me to flip bullish and believe the overall rally to the upside is going to continue for Bitcoin, I would need to see a closure above, we'll just call it 42K as of today, okay, as of August 2nd, all right? So a daily closure above $42,000, I'm flipping bullish on Bitcoin. Very conservative, again, because Bitcoin is kind of the king of bear traps. If I see a $43,000 Bitcoin at this point in time, I'm flipping bullish, and I do think that that is very, very exciting and very promising news in terms of potential upside price action for BTBT, Riot, Mar, all right? So we'll call it there, you guys. As always, let me know in the comments down below what you think of Bit Digital, if you've been invested, if you caught this rally, with promising timing, with good timing, with successful timing, like I was fortunate enough to. And let me know if you're just bullish on Bitcoin right now. Every time we talk about Bitcoin, you guys, I always want to know what your thoughts are. Do you agree with my short-term bearishness? Do you think we're going to pop off? Just let me know what you guys think down below. I always love learning from you guys. Always love talking shop with you guys. So I'll catch you downstairs. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace, guys.